Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV. And this is just a little late night chit chat. um, there's no work tomorrow for me. Easter in the US feels so different. If you are from the Caribbean, then or grew up in the Caribbean, then Easter was a little different. I'm not even like I don't even feel like it's Easter. I got my bun and cheese. Those of you who have Caribbean friends, Jamaican friends, you you probably grew up in Jamaica, then you know that during Easter, Jamaicans love a good bun and cheese. So I got some bun and cheese from Sunday and I've been eating that. Good stuff. Um, as for tomorrow, I'm not going to church or anything. It's just gonna be a day off. But what I will definitely be doing is I'll be tuned into Melody Cherie's TikTok live tomorrow. I think it starts at around 11. Thereabout. I think. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Hey, Sheila. Yeah, Easter here in the US is just, I don't know. It's all about the egg hunts and all of that. Like, I don't know. It just feels different here. It definitely. Cuz I remember y'all growing up in Jamaica. Growing up in Jamaica, one of the first things that happened during Easter is our sports days, where all the schools across the island, they have sports day or what you guys would call here field day. And, the schools would have different teams. I'm talking about from the preschools all the way up to high school. And then you'd also have like the kite festivals. What else? Obviously church on on Good Friday. Everybody would wake up early, early in the morning, go to church for early morning prayer. And then some churches might have an afternoon service. Other churches might have an evening service. Then there's Easter Sunday. That's like a big church day, like Easter Sunday, Christmas, New Year's Sunday, Mother's Day Sunday, Father's Day Sunday. Like if you don't normally see people in church on those specific Sundays, the church is packed. I remember going to church in Jamaica. My church, it was a smaller church, right? And a lot of the times, seats would be empty. But when it came to Easter Sunday, when it came to Christmas Sunday, when it came to New Year's Sunday, Mother's Day Sunday, Father's Day Sunday, everybody would be in church, okay? You'd have to be fighting to get a seat because everybody wanted to be in church on these special Sundays. I don't even hear a lot of people talking about church here in the US. Maybe a couple people. At my job, I don't hear nobody said, "Oh, I'm going to church tomorrow." Growing up in Jamaica, that would be a conversation. Everybody talking about how they got to wake up early to go to early morning prayer and stuff like that. Crazy. Crazy. But yeah, please like if you're in here, like the live. So as I was saying, I'm gonna be tuned into Melody Cherie's live tomorrow. She has new products coming out. I saw on her Instagram she's gonna have the coconut vanilla body butter, orange burst body butter. I'm wondering how that's gonna smell because the orange burst body scrub smelled so good. That was the first body scrub that I bought. And I did a review of it. You can go to my TikTok, How I See It TV, and see my review of the Orange Burst body scrub. It smells like an orange ice creamsicle. That's how it smells. So it smells good. So I'm wondering if the body butter is gonna have that same kind of smell. Um the coconut vanilla body oil, I really love that. That's one of the oils that I have. So I'm 100% positive that the butter is going to smell just as good. Um, I see she has bags, tote bags that look really, really cute. I am a lover of like black handbags. Um, I can see myself carrying the black tote bag to work. I can see that. But the pink also looks really, really good too. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Tomorrow for Melodies Live, I have a specific objective. And my objective is to buy the hair care system. I want the entire system. It's not, for me, it's not gonna be about the oils or the body butters. I have a budget and I'm sticking to my budget, but I need the hair care system. I have the elixir. My elixir came on Monday, and y'all, that elixir smells so good. The hair elixir. That smells so good. And I've been using it in my daughter's hair every morning since I got it. My daughter's hair was braided in like two braids. And when it came on Monday, when I got home, I opened it, I sprayed it in her hair, and then, all the parts of her hair that was like a little bit frizzy, I used a little comb along with the elixir, and like I combed that in and put her bonnet on and called it a day. And after that, every morning she wakes up, I spray the elixir, comb in the frizz, and her hair is good as new. And as I said, it smells good. So I don't need an elixir, but for the hair care system, I just need the whole thing. I want to try the entire system. I already have the mask, and the mask works wonders. It definitely makes your hair feel soft. Doesn't matter what hair type of hair you have. My hair right now is relaxed. I was natural for a long time, and I had a bad hair day one day, and I asked my mother-in-law to just put some relaxer in it so that I can just regrow it. And when she put the relaxer in, and shampooed, I put the mask in and then washed that out, and my hair was she said my hair was so shiny and beautiful when she was, blow drying it. So, and my mother-in-law is a hairdresser, been a hairdresser for I don't know how long. From my husband was a little boy, okay? And he's in his 40s. So that's a long time that she's been a hairdresser. And she was just raving about just um how the mask made my hair look. Even when I wash my daughter's hair, and my daughter's hair is natural, my mother-in-law always blows out her hair for me. And after the 7th Avenue Beauty hair mask, after we wash that out and it's time for my mother-in-law to blow my daughter's hair out, my mother-in-law talks about how soft my daughter's hair is. My daughter don't even do that crying and whining stuff anymore when it's time to blow her hair out because her hair is so soft. The hair growth serum, I rave about that too. My daughter has really dry scalp. I don't know if I should say that she still does now, because the the hair serum has been working wonders, where usually I would have to oil my daughter's scalp like every single morning. And now I don't have to, because the recurrence of those, white flakes has reduced significantly. And I am going to say it's because of the hair serum, because that's one of the only changes that I've made to her daily hair routine. So as I said, I need the entire system. I want to see where my hair and my daughter's hair will be after using the entire system. If just two things from Melody's hair system has been just doing such a great job, I want to see what's going to happen when I'm using the shampoo, the conditioner, the mask, the leave-in um the leave-in moisturizer, plus the hair serum and the elixir. I want to see what's going to be happening to my hair when I start using this entire system. Um, Me too, Digital Dollar by D. I like everything that I've purchased so far. I've purchased let me tell you my list of items that I've purchased from 7th Avenue Beauty so far. So, um, the foaming face wash, the face moisturizer, orange burst body scrub, the lemon face scrub, the blueberry face scrub, the OG body oil. I re-upped on that twice. I have the coconut vanilla, the rose vanilla cream oil, uh the strawberry oil, the chocolate kisses body butter, the hair serum, the elixir, and the hair mask. Those are all the things that I've purchased so far from 7th Avenue Beauty. And y'all have heard me talk about the foaming face cleanser. I've used every cleanser face soap that y'all can think of that's been on the market. I have used. And what I'll say about all those products that I used before is that I always was left with chemical burns. Always. Always left with chemical burns. So when I decided to try Melody's face cleanser, it was literally just, what can it hurt? I fully expected that my skin was going to react the same way that it usually reacts to other cleansers and soaps and stuff. So I was pleasantly surprised, pleasantly surprised that first time using it, no burns. And I didn't review Melody's face cleanser until like 3, 4 months after I started using it. I waited. I didn't just jump and say, oh, I used it one time. And then I'm like, yes, y'all, it works. I love it. No, I waited 3, 4 months before I said anything about the product. And after using it for that amount of time, and I mean daily use, I didn't miss a day without using that cleanser every morning, and sometimes at nights too, because you spend all day out on the road. You go to work, you're running errands and all of that. You come home, you need to cleanse your skin. Even the face scrubs, no chemical burns. So I swear by the cleanser. So that's another thing I need to re-up on tomorrow too. So I need a cleanser and I need the entire hair care system. And that's where my budget is. So the deals are always great, right? Digital Dollar, the deals for the TikTok lives are always great. So I know that I'm going to get a good price. My plan is to spend about $100, a hundred and some change. That's my budget, and I'm sticking to it. The last live that Melody had, it didn't fall. It fell on week 1 of my pay cycle, and how my when my friend says how her checking and balance is set up, how my checking and balances are set up, y'all. Pay cycle 1 is usually bills. Bills. And then by the time pay cycle 2 comes around, that's like, yeah, some bills here and there, but you have a little bit more leeway to, spend on yourself, whether it's to get your nails done or get your hair done or buy a new outfit or shop with 7th Avenue. And I said, when this next live comes around, I need a lot of products because I'm out of my face cleanser. I was going to re up on that anyways, whether she was going to have this live or not. I was going to re up on that. So I'm glad that the live is coming around now so that, I can shop. I'm kind of happy. Well, not really. Because if Mel wasn't going to have this live, I was hopeful that she was going to have a 50% off sale on her website. Because I've been getting the 7th Avenue Beauty text if you're a part of the text community. And she usually has a lot of sales on her website. So I was like, okay, if no live was happening for, for April, for the rest of April, then I would be fine with shopping on the website. And sometimes, y'all, on Instagram, those sponsored ads will pop up and it will be like a buy one get one free on oil. When I got the and I have the sweet vanilla oil, but I haven't opened it yet. So I got the sweet vanilla oil and the strawberry oil on a buy one get one off of Instagram. An ad popped up saying that 7th Avenue Beauty had a buy one get one free on oils, and I clicked that link so fast and got those 2 oils. So you gotta be following Melody. You gotta be following 7th Avenue Beauty all over the place. TikTok, Instagram. Be part of the text community so that you can know when these deals are dropping. But I'm excited for tomorrow. As I said, I'm not going to church tomorrow, but the way it seems Melody's event tomorrow is set up, it's gonna be very like faith based, right? It's She said in one post that there's going to be a choir, um there's going to be a speaker. I'm sure that the music tomorrow is going to be maybe more Christian music. So let's see. Let's see. I don't see tomorrow being like, because we know what Melody's playlist is like usually for these TikTok lives. It's like like Kendrick Lamar, They Not Like Us, I'ma Get to the Money. Not everybody mad. Like, we know those songs are part of Melody's playlist for her TikTok lives. But I don't know. I feel like tomorrow's gonna be different. We might get some Never Would Have Made It. We might get some of that. Oh, this Kirk Franklin song has been in my head um all week. Because the live is called I think He Has Risen or something like that. Um oh my god. How did Kirk Franklin's song go? Oh, is it Kirk Franklin? Maybe it's not even Kirk Franklin. But anyways, the song has been in my head. Why do you cry? He has risen. Something like that. Why are you weeping? He's not dead. I think it's Kirk Franklin. So that song I feel is gonna be part of the playlist. We might hear some Mary Mary. Um, Oh, you know what song I used to love when I used to go to church back in Jamaica? I was very churchy back in the day, guys. Let me tell you. I got baptized when I was 8 years old. I was raised up in the church. I was choir leader, choir director, praise and worship leader. I preached sometimes. That's a long time ago, but oh, DG, is that you said that's Donna Lawrence? Are you sure? Now I wish that I had my other phone here so I could look it up. Are you sure? I could have sworn that song is by Kirk Franklin and I thought it was by Kirk Franklin. Like I'm hearing the choir, I'm hearing the harmony and everything in my head like so loud right now. And it's giving Kirk Franklin. DG, as soon as I end this live, I'm gonna go look it up. And if you're right, girl, I'm gonna put it on my community wall. Like, hey, DG girl, you were right. That song is by Donna Lawrence. But there's this other song when I used to go to church when it came around, this time of year. There's this song that if I had a solo, that's the song that I would sing. If it's praise and worship, it's one of the songs that we would sing, and it's by Michael W. Smith. Um, Above all. Oh, that song had me in a chokehold when I was growing up in church. I know how many of y'all know that song. Above all powers, above all kings, crucified, laid behind a stone. Ooh. So I hope that's a part of the lineup. What other song? This might be a very Jamaican hymn. Might be a very Jamaican hymn. I doubt Melody would have this on her playlist for tomorrow because, as I said, it's very Jamaican. But the old rugged cross, how many of y'all know that song? So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. That's another, Easter Sunday best. That's another Easter Sunday best. But as I said, it might be one of those Caribbean hymns. So I don't know if Mel might have that on her playlist. But there's like um so many songs. You have like the contemporary gospel songs from like Hillsong or Maverick City and those people. Gyre, oh my god, that's my song. Gyre is my song. Okay? I need that to be on the playlist. Hopefully we can submit songs. Like once the live starts, and everybody's getting to the vibe of things, we can start submitting songs because listen, Gyre, that's my song. um what's the name of this other song by Hillsong? I think it's oh my god, is it 100 billion or something like that? Ooh, why can't I remember this song? I can't remember the words of it right now, but I like that song too. um Mary Mary. um so many gospel songs to choose from. Okay, DG, you looked it up. DG said it's by Kirk Franklin. I'm telling you, I was like, as I'm talking about it, I'm hearing the melody, I'm hearing the choir in my head, and it sounded to me like a Kirk Franklin song. So thank you, DG. Thank you. So I'm actually looking forward to Mel's live tomorrow. Well, it's now after 12. It's midnight. So we can say today. I'm looking forward to Melody's live. I have, as I said, I have my budget. I have specific things that I need, and those are the things that I'm going to buy. Things that I was going to buy regardless. Whether she had this live or not, these were things that I was going to buy. Um, as I said before, she had several days of like 50% off site wide. And I told myself, as soon as I get paid, if she had a 50% off on her website, I was going to utilize the 50% off discount and get the hair care system that I needed. So I'm glad that a live is coming tomorrow. Well, today, because I'm gonna buy those same things. Gigi said I would like some old school choir songs. Tell me one, DG. Jog my memory. Oh my god. Um, why can't I think of any right now? Oh, you know one that's in my head right now. I don't know what her name. I don't remember the name of this lady, but she has this song. Behold, he comes riding on the cloud, shining like the sun. I like that song too. These are the days of Elijah, clearing the way of the Lord. So that I want that on the playlist. Oh my god, I'm trying to remember some like some old school 90s choir songs. And none is oh, pass me not, oh blessed Savior. Oh, the upbeat one. Girl, what's the upbeat one? I had to get my other phone. I only know the slow version to that, DG. While on others thou art calling, do not pass me by. Is that the song you're talking about, by the way? Hmm, hmm, hmm. By Ezekiel Walker. Oh, I don't know the fast version of that. I don't know the fast version of that. I'm gonna look it up though. I'm definitely going to look it up. Um, Girl, I'm still here trying to think of some. It's crazy. On a whole other night, maybe if I was just laying in bed just thinking about gospel songs, I could I could probably I don't know how to drop the link in this. I'm using because this is like straight YouTube. Like now I'm scared to touch anything. Let me see. Mm-mm, I can't do it like that. Girl, I don't know how to. I don't have a clue how to add anyone straight from YouTube because this is not StreamYard. I haven't used this enough. I haven't used YouTube Live enough to let me see. I'm gonna add this plus. Oop, nope, that's not how you do it either. Sorry, DG, I have no idea how to add anybody um on YouTube Live. I think I had to do it like when the live started. When the live started, I'd have had to have added you already, I think. Um, okay. Wait, I'm gonna go get my other phone and plug it in so that I can see some of these songs that you're talking about. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Let me plug this in. Let me plug this in. Child, I cannot see where this plug is. Okay. Give me a sec for that phone to charge up. But while I'm charging the phone up, let me talk real quickly about Nene and LaTocha, and then we're gonna go back to these gospel songs. Cause I love talking about gospel music, y'all. So Nene's, first of all, I don't know why Nene is doing this talk show every month. That's first thing. And I talked about this in another live some time ago, maybe last week, I think, that it's a good show. The first episode was good, and I felt like Nene should have kept up with the momentum. There is no reason why Nene could not have pre-recorded 3, 4 episodes. But I understand if she wants to be on topic, then that might not be so simple to do, the pre-recorded videos. However, to wait a whole month to get an episode, Nene, I don't know, girl. I don't know who gave you advice and said that was the best way. Or maybe you're busy. Maybe you're just too busy. And once a month is all you could do. But I feel like at the least, Nene should have done like every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, I feel, at the least. But as for this LaTocha Scott interview, no ownership whatsoever. No ownership whatsoever. LaTocha, you can't sit in interviews acting like you did nothing wrong. You cannot act like you did nothing wrong. You hurt your sister. You walked away from the group because you wanted to stand beside your man. You wanted to stand behind him. You wanted to support him in his wrongdoings, in my opinion. And you're not apologetic. And I felt like in this interview, you should have been a little bit more remorseful. You didn't even have to say, in my opinion, this is my opinion, you didn't even have to say exactly what, you're apologizing for. But you could have said something like, I do feel remorse for how I treated my sister. I'm remorseful that she felt like I didn't have her back. Even that. But girl, you sat in that interview and you were the only victim. And that wasn't fair and that wasn't honest. It wasn't fair and it wasn't honest. And I didn't like that at all. And it's like you try to root for people, right? Because I was one of those people who felt like Candy was stirring the pot a little bit. I felt like these are blood sisters And if they got a problem between them, I felt like Candy should have stayed out of it. She's sitting in interviews and she's answering certain questions. And in my mind, Candy was egging things on a little bit too much. And I didn't like that. I needed Candy to stay quiet so that the sisters could work through their ish. But Candy and LaTocha seem like they've had bad blood between them for a long time. And I think one of the problems in that group from the beginning, in my mind, was that it was always going to be the sisters versus the other two. And to me, Tiny, Tiny was like the neutral party. She wasn't the one who was like beefing with everybody or had issues with everybody. I think Tiny was just there to sing her songs and mind her business, and she wasn't getting into it with, the group members. But once LaTocha and Candy had their little feud going, it became the sisters versus Candy. And maybe Tiny would step in here and there to have Candy's back, or she'd just be like, my name is Bennett and I'm not in it. So the minute Candy felt like, okay, the sisters have fallen out, we have one sister on our side. And so now it's like three against one. Candy ran with that, and I didn't like it. I wanted her to stay out of the sisters' stuff because that's deeper than a singing group. When Escape stopped touring, when Escape isn't making any money from shows, when all that is done, those girls are still going to be family. They're still going to be family. And I know a lot of the times we say, oh, not because you're blood or not because you're family mean that you have people mistreat you. And I absolutely agree with that. But it's different. It's different, I think. It's different, I think, when it's both family and business intertwined. And I think they have allowed mainly LaTocha, she caused the business side to interfere with her true sisterhood, her blood sisterhood. And girl, you had this opportunity to be on Nene Leak's channel, a huge platform, no matter what people think about Nene. That was a huge moment. And you could have used that moment to tell your sister sorry. You didn't have to say I'm sorry for taking your $30,000. You didn't have to say all of that. But at least you could have been like, I want to tell my sister that I'm sorry for hurting her. I'm not saying that it's all on Candy now, Nikki. What I'm saying is that in the heights of that reality TV show, I think it was last year or the year before. What was it? 2023 or 2022, they had that reality TV show when it was exposed that LaTocha supposedly stole 30K from her sister. I felt like Candy was doing too much talking during that time. The other sister, what's her name? I keep forgetting her name. That's so sad. That's so sad. Tamika. Is that her name? Wait, I don't think that's her name. Let me find her name because it's so sad. I'm talking about this lady and I don't even remember her name. All right. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the name. It is Tamika. Okay, I was wrong. What I was saying, Nikki, is that Candy was doing a lot of talking during that period. She was egging it on, and I felt like that wasn't right. If Tamika was literally in interviews with Candy and Tiny, and they would ask her questions about her sister, and she would be like, no comment. And then Candy would just be like, yapping, 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 yapping. And I'm like, it's okay to read the room. Like, Candy, I get it. You don't stay for LaTocha. But at the end of the day, if Tamika isn't trying to bash her sister, then maybe keep your opinions about their situation to yourself. Because you adding your 2 cents is adding fuel to the fire and it's just bringing them further apart. I didn't like that. I'm not saying it's all Candy's fault because, as I said, LaTocha, she has her faults. She has her faults. I believe that she did take that money, or her husband took that money, allegedly. Tamika provided her receipts. She provided her receipts now. And I think that LaTocha was being a diva in that group. She felt like she was the voice, because people would say that, she had the better voice of all of them. And I think that probably got to her head a little bit. I think that got to her head a little bit. She was feeling herself a little bit too much. And the other group members didn't like it. Like, that lady has a lot of issues. She does. And there was a lot that she could have owned up to during that interview with Nene. But instead, she chose to play the victim. Instead, she chose to play the victim. Um, But that's it on that Nene interview. I didn't like all the shade that Nene was throwing at Candy. It's like, girl, I thought you and Candy were good. I thought you and Candy were good. Like, where is all this hate coming from? I didn't like that. I feel like Nene, at some point, you gotta let go of the envy. I'm not saying Nene is jealous. I'm not saying that Nene is jealous of Candy, but I do believe that she is a little bit envious. Jealousy, envy, malice, pride, all different emotions. And I feel like Nene is perhaps jealous of Candy's motion. Not jealous, envious of Candy's motion. Because Nene is talented. Nene can sing. Nene can act. Nene can do stand up. Like, there's so much. Nene has so much range. Nene did Broadway. Nene did Broadway, y'all. But I don't know. I think the work ethic is the differentiator when it comes to Candy and Nene. Candy's work ethic is to stay on goal. Candy, I feel she has all these goals. She wanted EGOT status. She's almost there. I feel like she's going to get the Tony. I feel like now she's going to get the Tony with this new Broadway show that she's produced. So she's about to get to EGOT status. Candy wanted to do restaurants. She did that. She had a whole dungeon tour. I feel like anything Candy puts her mind to, she gets it done. She doesn't wait around for anybody to do it for her. And Nene is literally the opposite. It's like Nene has great ideas. Remember when she told Carlos King, you should do the interviews in person? That was a great idea. Nene has a producer's mind, but I don't think Nene has the focus to get things done. And I think she's envious that Candy has that level of focus to get things done. As I said earlier with Nene's show, why is it once a month? Candy's out here producing a Broadway show and she does her Amazon live videos every week. She still does her Amazon live videos every week. So I don't know why Nene out here doing the Nene Leakes show once a month. And I don't think Nene got half of what Candy got going on in terms of being busy for Nene to be doing a show once a month. So there's that. Nene didn't do her research before the interview. She was listening to Michelle. You think so, Nikki? That might be it. Because I was wondering why Nene was like, oh, your sister should have your back regard. No, not when you stole my money. Not when you took my money. Not when you took my money. I can't have your back on that. I can't. Um. So yeah, I think Nene's a little bit envious. And the thing is, Nene can have the same level of success that Candy has if Nene would just work for it. If she would just work for it. Nene doesn't want to work for it. Nene wants something ready made. She wants somebody to say, "Oh, we have this idea for a TV talk show. Let's get Nene to do it. We got this idea for a reality series. Let's get Nene to do it. We have this idea for a movie. Let's get Nene to do it." Whereas on the other hand, Candy's like, I have this idea. Let's use our production company to do it. I want to be a talk show host. I'm going to do speak on it. I want to be on Broadway. I want to start producing. I'm going to put myself in the position where people are going to tap my shoulder and say, hey, we want you to come produce this Broadway show. There's no reason after doing Broadway several years ago, Nene did Chicago, and I think she did Cinderella. I don't remember. There's no reason why Nene couldn't be out here getting other Broadway shows. And then you really can't burn, bridges and hate on people who are in positions to help you. I feel like if Nene and Candy were in, I don't know what place they're in. I thought they were good. But girl, you should have been like, hey Candy, can I be in one of them Broadway shows that you're producing, girl? Like that's where your mindset should be, Nene, not hating. Nikki says Michelle A. Taylor and Brown loves to say she has receipts on the other three members of Escape when it comes to the trademark, but she doesn't. I think the only receipt that she had was LaTocha Scott owns the trademark. And that's been proven. Neighborhood Talk, they posted the trademark documents. The Escape trademark is owned by LaTocha and Tamika. I don't really understand what that means in terms of the rights to use the name, the group name in certain capacities. Because I remember when Candy wasn't going on tour with the group, and they they kind of spelt the name Escape differently or something like that. So I don't know what the trademark means in terms of the use of the name, because from watching Shark Tank, I got a master's degree in Shark Tank University. What I understand from like trademarks and and stuff like that is that you can license a trademark, which would give like a company the rights to use the name of the brand for a certain period of time. And then, based on their use of the trademark, you can get like paid a royalty or something. So I don't know if every single time Escape is on a billboard for a show, I don't know if LaTocha and Tamika, they get a little coin on the side because of that. So that I would really love to be explained some more, because what's the point of owning the trademark but your other three group members are out here making a bag from being on these different shows, and you're not making money, and you're the outright owner of the name of the group. So that didn't make sense to me. And I get it, she's like, I could sue, but then I was wondering, can she sue if the other owner of the trademark is okay with the name being used? Like, what exactly would you sue for? Was my question when I heard that. But it's been proven that the sisters are the owners of the Escape name. So if that was the tea that Michelle had, shoot, it's spilled. So she can keep it. She can keep her tea. But that's basically all I had, y'all, for the Nene and LaTocha of it all. I already talked about Melody Cherie's live happening later today. And let me pull up some old school choir songs. That's what we were talking about earlier for Easter. Um, Let me see what comes up. Mm, mm. I don't know none of these songs. These are like white choirs. Oh my God. Those are like white choir songs. I do not know that song either. Wait, I gotta turn this down. I don't want them to strike me. Oh, I know that one. I know that one, DG. Um, oh, I'm trying to remember the words. Um, I'm gonna find it. Oh, but on YouTube, DG, it says, Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir for My Help. I will lift up mine eyes to the hill, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. Oh, is I is on the sparrow? That's a good one. Not the Lauren Hill version though. I'm sorry. I mean, that's a good version. Don't get me wrong. Oh, Whitney Houston has a version of that. I didn't know that. Why I never know that Whitney Houston has a version of His Eyes on the Sparrow? That is crazy. Ooh, the Mississippi Children's Choir, His Eyes on the Sparrow. I remember that. I remember that version. You got the Lauryn Hill version. Ooh, the Mahalia Jackson version. I love Mahalia Jackson's voice. I love her voice. Um, I led that song at my home church. Ricky Dillard's version is, let me see. Um, what's his name? Ricky Dillard? Let me see. Ricky Dillard, Do Not Pass Me By. I wish I could play music. I need to probably go over to TikTok and do that. Um, what's it? Ricky Dillard. Let me see if I know that version. Ricky Dillard, Do Not Pass Me By. Let me see. Oh, it came right up. It came right up. Oh. Oh, it's fast. Oh, okay. Do not pass me by. I do not know this version, DG. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I do not know this version. Now I'm gonna have to add this to my playlist. I'm gonna have to add this to my playlist. And then, ooh, you know what other song I like? This should be a separate live. You know what other song I like? Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name I know. Ooh, ooh, that just did some stuff to me. I love that song. Ooh, most of the gospel songs I know though are like Jamaican gospel songs. Like you have y'all might not know this group, but you got the Grace Trillers. Um Let me find a Grace Triller song that I remember. Grace Trillers. Grace Trillers Can't Even Walk. That's like a Jamaican oldie but goodie. It's a Jamaican rite of passage to know that Grace Triller song. Okay? And it goes, I thought number one. I'm trying to remember the chorus. Would surely be me. I thought I could be what I wanted to be. I thought of myself as a mighty big name. But Lord, I can't even walk without you holding my hand. I can't even walk. Thinking about it, I don't think that's an original Grace Triller song. I think that's an old American choir song. Now that I think about it, can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees, I learned to pray. I think that's an old American song. But I'm going to give it to Grace Trillers because that's how I learned it. I think the Canton Spirituals sang that as well. Let me look it up. Let me look up who is the original singer of that song, DG, because I don't think it was the Grace Trillers. Can't Even Walk original. That was probably not the Grace Trillers. One thing about Jamaicans, whoa, I'm seeing a rendition by Shirley Caesar. Let me see. Let me see if it's the same song. You are, wait, what did you say? You say Canton Spiritual? Wait, I'm seeing, let me look for Canton Spiritual. Canton, okay, let me see. I'm not seeing them, but I'm seeing Charles Johnson and the Revivers. I don't know them. Um let me see. I'm seeing Shirley Caesar. Can't Even Walk Without Him Holding My Hand by Reverend Charles. Let me see. Reverend Charles. Who? Reverend Charles Brown. It was from 1984. Let me see. It's not the same song. Let me see Shirley Caesar's version. Yep. This song was not originally done by the Grace Trillers. Cause Shirley Caesar has Shirley Caesar has a version. And a lot of others have. Charles Johnson. So many others. Wow, I just learned something new today. I just learned something new today. But I grew up thinking that the Grace Trillers were the original singers of that song. I grew up thinking that and believing that wholeheartedly. Um, yes, everybody used to sing that song in the 80s. Girl, I didn't know that. I grew up in the 90s, and in my 90s Caribbean Christian household, the Grace Trillers were the original singers of that song. There is a quartet group that did it too. I just can't remember which one. Ooh, Jesse Dixon sang it on the gate. Yes, I saw that. I saw the Gator show. I saw that. Yes. Um, that is wild. That is that is wild to learn that. I always thought that they were the original singers of the song. But I might go over to TikTok so that I can play music. So if y'all up and y'all want to vibe to some gospel songs and you're on TikTok, join me over there because I can't play nothing. I can play nothing over here, which doesn't make it as fun. So if you are on TikTok and you want to listen to some old school gospel music with me, go down memory lane as we prepare for Mel's TikTok live tomorrow where she's going to play some good gospel music, I feel. Come join me over TikTok. I'm going to go live in a second. All right, see y'all over there. Thank y'all for tuning in. Well, good. Over to TikTok. Bye.